If you scroll all the way down to 1 year ago, you can see my Vortex year predictions. That's how I labeled the year 2025, and I wasn't really wrong. It's just making predictions. You can look like an idiot doing specific predictions like Trump is gonna grow another set of teeth, you know? Or you can go with abstract, you can't possibly lose this one type of prediction. And that's the one that I like. I like to just like understand what the next year is gonna bring. And half of it is gonna come through my biases, through me actively seeking these vortexes. The definition of vortex, life-changing event, right? Usually you get sucked into a life-changing event of traveling somewhere else, meeting a person that you want to be for the rest of your life. It's a life-changing event. Even getting a job can turn into a vortex. But it's a lot more complicated when it comes to the world suffering from vortexes. The one obvious ongoing crisis is UK migrant crisis. We also got Epstein files popping up quite a bit this year, and no one's happy. It's more like a vortex. It's more like sucking in people's attention, but nothing happens. In fact, the year started with like drones in the sky as Biden needed to slowly give up his presidency. There was still one last thing he wanted to do, it feels like. But the biggest vortex is something that touched every single person. Windows 10 end of life. Now we are faced with a challenge to either stay on Windows and risk that this island will slowly lose all the features, all the safety, or we can jump ship onto Linux, learn how to use the damn thing, and for the first time in human history, after 30 years, Windows might be abandoned as the prime forward direction for computers. That is unprecedented, guys. Write me in because I am switching to Linux as a New Year's resolution, basically. Master Linux. Get myself comfortable, basically. Don't forget, we're on this side of the history right now. You might want to listen to PewDiePie at least on this one reasonable thing, right? For me, I'm just like, well, I can't get Windows 11. That is the most disgraceful thing they possibly pulled. This is the ultimate vortex. And if I gain extra control and extra speed, those are bonuses that might just put a smile on my face, right? But there are potential negatives. I will tell you all about it, all right? Could I have predicted that? Kind of. You have to look into the clues. 2024 was the blue screen year, my friends. That was the clue that Windows cannot be trusted, that Windows updates are the most malicious type of virus there is. And you should not automate that sort of thing. You know, just like Asmund Gold just said on my TikTok, there's a chance if you shut down your computer that you will not be able to turn it on again. And that chance is not worth taking. Not worth updating Windows too fast, alright? Let everyone simmer in it. And it's just pathetic that that's how it is. It's pathetic. So the clue was right in front of your eyes. And funny enough, this end-of-life Windows thing became a viral thing because like people want to do the last-minute decisions, basically. Some people can even like extend life support for like 1 more year. If you live in Europe, you can do it. But I'm just not gonna fucking dabble into this at all. It's just a delaying the inevitable, basically. If Windows wants to be an asshole, let him have it. So I predicted one thing, and one thing only. That some kind of vortex is gonna open in the end of the year, and I have to jump into that vortex and nothing else. Make no drastic, life-changing decisions because there's just one particular one I have to figure out how to do my best at, and that's it. That's what it is. That's that one. So I was right about that one thing and one thing only, and that one thing that I'm truly like trying to predict the most and really focus on the most. And I'm satisfied with my prediction. All right, I couldn't possibly know what it is. I'm not doing any specific predictions, as I've said, but I knew that there's going to be a life-changing event, and as long as I take the one in the end of the year, that's the one that counts. Now, it's still unclear how it's going to resolve itself, but I think like AI revolution in general is not about giving other people power, but taking power for yourself. PewDiePie literally takes power for himself, building his own like independent PC with independent AI agents and all that shit. That's it. That's the actual way to do it. I cannot possibly disagree with that. That's the future of AI. With AI, you have to be careful not to give other people the power, the access to your computer, to everything on the screen. You can be scraped and kind of gossiped about by AI of like, oh, this guy's doing that, this guy's into that sort of thing. So I was predicting basically there's going to be a lot of bad ideas of how you can change your life. With UK kind of people living in UK, I mean, they just gotta leave. They gotta run. It's really bad. They might be able to return to their homes and everything, but even then, running now is like 20% net worth penalty. Like, what the fuck? This is a vortex. And again, a vortex that you probably don't want to get sucked into, you want to get out while people are getting, destroyed in it. But you might have to, travel a little bit further away from this Western Europe to be able to feel safe. I don't think France is safe. Let's put it that way. And so that's... Wait. Text? Vortex? Fuck. I made a typo and I only now realized that. Sorry, guys. My credibility just plummeted. Look at that. I can predict the future, but I can't see what's in front of me. This is partially because text is what I type a lot. Alright, and my muscle memory just fucking kicks in, unfortunately. I didn't see that coming. Well, it's forever in there. Alright, whatever. Nothing bad happened to me, but again, looking at the Western Europe, it seems like bad things are happening over there, and it continues to get worse. With Eastern Europe, I mean, I'm still seeing the signs of purge. Like, I am upset about my neighbors, about people driving motorbikes. Like, that sort of shit pisses me off. And it's settled in, and we will have to somehow fight against that. Those are my enemies. Like, I just have to fight it. Australia played a little bit of the role that year. A lot of people want to move into Australia. A lot of people want to move out. And it's like, is it good or bad? I don't understand. But it's probably just another vortex. It's like, it's an opportunity to change your life. Now, noticing that Australia made a bedroom tax or something, extra bedroom tax, I mean, that's a good idea. Taxation is a good idea as long as government is not fucking corrupt and doesn't pocket the money. Like, it's always a conditional type of goodness. Taxation is like most of the things are conditional. So I'm okay with taxation as long as it's good, as long as it's actually a good thing. I don't know. It's like sometimes you just have to tell yourself, well, don't know most of the things. You don't know most of the conditional things. Like, different cultures enable a lot of different conditional things. If people are nice to each other, they live a different kind of life when they are, just straightforward with each other. This I'm trying to like draw out a matrix, and maybe a thing that you see in the very distance that caused a little bit of drama is going to become the actual trendy thing across the entire year. We have seen iDubbbz drama, and we have seen Stop Killing Games drama. iDubbbz versus his long-lost friend. Ooh. And brings back his content comp. But the actual thing that I've seen is that there's a YouTuber and there's a piece of shit. These are uncomparable people. A YouTuber is always going to be, for me, a more respectable person than H3, who became a fucking streamer. I don't like streamers, okay? But then, if we compare these two guys, and it's like such a simple comparison, it's like, what can you possibly do? You're going to side with the worst type of person? You're going to side with Hassan? I didn't even felt like siding with Hassan. It's more like criticizing H3 for overstepping his boundaries, basically. But at the same time, it's like, where did that guy come from all of a sudden? Most people were just shocked to see him like this, right? Bring back his content cob as if like he's throwing punches or something. To me, however, H3 is just toxic enough to where like it was worth it. It's worth calling him out and just letting it play out, basically. But it's a big sacrifice for iDubbbz. I don't know. It's a fight. It's a true battle that for me is in the end just decided by like who is the actual YouTuber, who's actually making content that I can watch, and who's just producing fucking slop and being a toxic person on the platform. That's all you need to know. The answer becomes clear. You want a simple answer. What does that mean about the future, though? Well, it means very simple thing. YouTuber over streamer. Whatever people will try to do, especially since I call 2026 election year. Whatever people try to elect, you know better. You know that YouTuber is higher over a streamer when it comes to reputation. YouTube is the actual main platform where most of the fucking content exists. And we should stick to it. Streaming is a side quest to YouTube. I wouldn't recommend diving into streaming. I never needed to watch streams whatsoever. There's no value, no additional value. When people make YouTube videos, they actually put effort. When people make streams, you can troll, basically? Like, what's the fucking benefit from watching streams? There's none. There is none. In fact, even podcasters that come out of stream or just like dump their VODs, basically, they're also still fucking losers. They're not actually fucking condensing information and talking to the audience directly to try and convey a fucking message. And this content cob was just one-upping H3 just because he can. Just because he is just in a better position. It's like in Minecraft, if you position yourself properly, you attack your opponent cannot attack you. And that's the end of that battle, basically. It's over. You got your first few hits, it's over. Now, what happens when you have a streamer? Does that mean they always lose? Or is there something in YouTube that is worse than a streamer? All right? We took the best streamer we could possibly take. All right? And now we're going to smear him. We're going to fucking trash him. We're gonna dethrone him. So yeah, this is what we have been doing. It's not necessarily related to Vortex here, but that's what we have been doing. And some people, got sucked into drama because drama is a vortex. That's all you need to know. But we're testing waters and we're trying to understand what's going on. Like, usually the drama lessons is something that's gonna, like, branch off, basically. The evil people gonna do more evil things, and good people gonna see through the lies. So, what is worse than a streamer on YouTube in particular? And I think YouTube drama channels. All right, it gotta be just that. It's just gotta be that simple. Fucking drama channels. And I've seen even like certain YouTubers, the moment they turn into drama, when they're discussing drama like this, they are fucking clueless what they're talking about. They don't actually consider the other side whatsoever. They're not being challenged intellectually, so they're just fucking blind. They can say all the factual things that might make this guy look bad, but you are literally picking a side at the same time. If you're picking a side, if you're being biased, of course this guy looks bad because you're handling his reputation. It's not up to you to decide. You are fucking biased, lunatic, fucking drama channel that nobody should listen to. A person who's supposed to actually break down this whole situation is a person who's not biased to pick a fucking side. That person I can trust. A YouTube drama channel I cannot trust because all they want to do is smear someone. Is the easiest thing to fucking do. Because everyone wants to do it. Everyone wants to fucking throw shit at someone's face. And laugh at it. It's like, ha ha ha, you have shit on your face. But, I mean, I'm sorry, dude. That's not something you can trust to, like, build your experience, build yourself up. You're not going to learn anything from it. You're going to brain rot. You are subject to brain rot if you trust drama channels to just smear whatever. Most of the streamers are above that shit, and that's all you need to know. So there's a simple equation, right? YouTubers are better than streamers, but streamers are still better than YouTube fucking drama channels. Slop generators, easy fucking view generators, basically, and all they do is farm clicks because face on a thumbnail. Like, it's the most obvious thing. What is the election year? Given all the clues and the fact that I was able to predict that a big change is coming in everyone's life, pretty much, but you have to make the right choice of what change to pick. See, I can't predict the future because you hold the future in your hands. I can only say what the future has to offer. So election year might actually look into the battle of big versus small. Do numbers actually matter, or is just a facade for you to ratio yourself over, to collect even more brain damage, lots of more brain rots? People potentially gonna try and play this out. They're gonna choose big over small most of the time. Most evil people, most shallow losers, they're gonna choose the big YouTubers to try and project them as the good guys that will save the world, right? That will figure out all these complex problems for them. They will solve the honey scam now that it has been exposed. They will solve Logan Paul's scam, whatever, right? And it kind of like the front lines guy is this guy, and I feel like he's gonna get into my drama pockets, I'm gonna pocket some of his actions that are questionable. I think people are projecting too much on these like big popular guys to do all the right things all the time. They're trusted too much. But when you try to elect someone to actually do the fucking job, they fall apart. All the big guys gonna start falling apart because they just wanted to do their thing. They just wanted to like trick the system, basically. But when they have real responsibility, they can't do shit. When compared to the smaller guy, that's my prediction. Is the opportunity for smaller people who still haven't started their social media journey to start grinding that shit, because you might get the best opportunity of your life to prove that you're better than the YouTuber, you know? You're funnier than the YouTuber. That's right, Jack's Films. I'm pretty sure that is very possible. When Jack's Films spends all of his time fucking brain rotting, humor is, exists in a very humble state of just playing with the concepts. Did he master humor, or is he worse than just some random person off the street? Like, we'll get to see that potentially, right? Because election year means that people are just going to be more curious about people who are not so popular, right? Because there's going to be growing disappointment in popular people, especially knowing that celebrities still are leftist. And being a leftist is just wrong. You're not supposed to do that. There's only one side. There's right. There's the right side of politics, or you choose not to be a politician at all. Why do I say that? Here's a Charlie Kirk versus Donald Trump scheme. We all know that 2025 took a life. Vortex sucked in Charlie Kirk entirely. All right? And Charlie Kirk was kind of like projecting a Vortex reputation, right? He goes to every single campus and sucks in a lot of like college students, and he's literally walking, talking Vortex. What else do you want? I predicted that. Congratulations. We got more Vortexes. All right? So instead of attacking Trump, which unfortunately was not successful, for them, unfortunately, we obviously celebrate nobody fucking dying from just assholes trying to change the course of history. That's fucking bullshit. The change only happens through peaceful means. So Trump took some damage, but he tanked it. He's fine. And potentially dodged the fucking bullet entirely. You know? Bro just knew how to dodge. Bro is trained. But Charlie Kirk got sucked in. Lucky for us, Charlie Kirk is not that big of a deal, and sacrifices can be made when it comes to, defending the borders, right? On one side of the border, there's Trump, the ultimate decision maker. On the other side of the border, there are just public sector people who want to reach out more demons out of the shithole, of political bullshit that they believe in, right? So Charlie Kirk was in front lines of trying to like convert as many demons as possible, and of course he was the first one to be sacrificed, and we have to move on. We have to shut down the border because now the border is no longer safe. The sacrifice is made. That's pretty obvious, right? Strategy. As I've said, the demons are attacking from two sides at the same time, but they try to organize themselves from one side, then from the other side the next year. So with this in mind, you can also, it's like a war game strategy of what's going to happen next year, from which side they're going to try and attack next. Because evil people always exist, and they always make the kind of like the toughest changes to swallow. You could have, after seeing this, you could have just been like, oh, I want to be Charlie Kirk. But at the same time, you don't. The border is shut. We want to keep everyone safe and not get them sucked in anymore through it. And you don't have to fight demons. They already proven themselves to be hostile and unconvertible now. Slowly the demons actually are being cornered. Like, I can draw a circle around here, but I can also draw a circle around the outside, basically. Isolating demons. Slowly, demons are getting isolated into just the wilderness of fighting each other instead of actually ripping resources away from us to survive. As long as you feed the zombie still is alive, But the moment the zombie stops finding food, it just collapses and rots away, never to be seen again. You know, zombie apocalypse ain't that fucking juicy, you know? It kind of ends after like 2 years of starvation. Zombies start eating each other, and the rest is just like a couple of movies, and you will understand what happens in the rest of the apocalypse after the strongest zombies survive. Whatever. Anyways. So I'm saying it's election year, and it's like, but 2024 is election. Shut the fuck up. It's worldwide election year. Do you understand? That's a whole different concept than just like elect one person out of two people. Wow, what a fucking choice you have. Should I elect a demon or not elect a demon? That's not election year whatsoever. This is gonna be election year where you actually care about people taking responsibilities. People standing up against evil even more so. Basically shutting even more doors, slamming into people's faces, and truly splitting the fucking evil from goods even more vividly, basically. Because evil is going to try and elect their, because they potentially lost all directions, right? If you're attacking political directions, then you probably lost all the ground you can possibly lose, right? You lost the election, and so you freaked out and you started the rest of the stuff, right? You were losing the election, and then you lost the fucking plot. What you gonna lose next, right? So they don't know. None of us know, actually. So they will have to re-elect the evil people, and we will have to re-elect who will defend us in that direction in particular, right? So there's going to be like directions of assault yet again, but they are mysterious directions from all over the place with like giant leader boss fights basically looming over us, and we will have to elect the resistance to face off these motherfuckers basically. It's quite very similar, the Jake Paul fight. We will elect this guy, and we will want to see this guy get punched in the face. That's just how it goes. Now, he's a Trump supporter, so I don't know how I feel about it, but making fucking fatal mistakes like that, I mean, you have to tank that shit, unfortunately. And maybe you can make better life decisions afterwards. Because even fucking, like, just watch this. Just watch the whole fucking resolution. I'm not the one to break down. But to say the least, Jake Paul made a wrong decision, picked a wrong vortex for his life to change.
Jake Paul got the literal shit beat out of him, and his jaw got snapped in two. Now, what has transpired within those 2 days? Well, right after the fight, Logan decided he was going to challenge Joshua to an exhibition match to get revenge for his brother. Newsflash, you're going to get your ass whooped the exact same way your brother did. It won't end well for you, but I'll be fucking happy to see both of you get your asses beat. Second, Mike Tyson said watching AJ knock Jake teeth out made me regret not doing it myself. Guess I stuck to the script back then. The money was good though. So he admitted, yes, it was scripted. He stuck to it and he got money out of it. We all know he definitely could have beat the absolute dog shit out of Jake had Jake not had a script set up. Speaking of scripts, Anthony can't even talk man to man. We had a script and he went off book. Total coward move from Jake Paul. The coward move was having a fight and setting up a script for that fight against a boxer and being mad that he beat your ass in his sport. You came to his sport trying to script.
We just get increasingly more pissed, basically. And someone actually felt the same amount of frustration, felt respect to Mike Tyson, and it's like just had to finish the fucking job of delivering a reality. A reality strikes hard, when you're making terrible choices in life. So for Jake Paul, that was a vortex, but it's also reminiscent of what's going to happen in the future. We need election to, 1 versus 1 type of fights to truly knock out these evil people. We will need to see if we have stronger men on our outsides, basically. And maybe, just maybe, I'll show up too to beat up some fucking losers. Because I kind of have what it takes, right? I will show up in Game Jam with my engine that hopefully I will master it. Like, it's looking good. It's looking good. But it's not quite there yet. So we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I kind of like solved this problem. This is a 2025, so what happened, right? People are traveling to different locations. AI obviously looking pretty interesting. AI actually looks very close to an actual vortex because it sucks in water. It demands so much water. That's what we talked about so much. Or those are the rumors, right? I forgot about this. Ah, yes, it's just Americans, all right? Americans trying to claim as much attention as possible. Granted, Epstein files, right? There's pedophiles everywhere in the fucking elites, and we have to catch them all. That is the ultimate story that Americans are taking a lot of attention for. And it is kind of like nail-biting experience of like, are we gonna catch them? Are we gonna be able to put them into jail for their crimes, right? Is that even possible anymore? I hope we don't have to rethink the entire system just to, deliver a punishment that's technically deserved. But yeah, things are really muddy up there because people who have power, they can delay their own punishments until we claim power from them and we expose their fucking crimes. But yeah, of course, we have to update the system so the system also helps us solve the case faster and more reliably. It's definitely a vortex. Like, politics is usually a vortex. The usual, because people can't stop talking about it. People pay too much attention into that, and we threw Charlie Kirk into the vortex at the same time. It just is how it is. And we threw Israel into that fucking pit of hell. Now, confusing everyone is like, Israel? What the Jesus Christ. I trust Tucker. Tucker seems to be fine with all of this. When it comes to breaking it down, he's doing a good job, so I'm just gonna follow this guy on whatever. Like, I love his content. Very good stuff. Very precise. Very much exactly what I want to hear. That's the amount of common sense I want to hear. And I absolutely want to listen to people I want to hear. It's like, yeah, thank you for confirming that you understand the situation. You have the common sense to call out the bullshit. And you don't sound like a sellout that picked a side and no longer have to critically think through what's going on. Because it's always complicated. I might be on a flat earth side for a certain amount of time until I don't like it anymore. Picking a side is not my thing, but it's like, yeah, I believe it. Yeah, I believe the thing. You think I'm on a flat earth side, you can just toss trash at me? No, I'm definitely going to invest into that idea. It's a very good idea, very interesting. Some things are just ideas, and when people talk about globe as a fact, and it turned into idea, it collapsed into an idea of like, well, you guys have just an idea of what the world actually is and how it works. And you have to admit to that. And if you don't admit to that, you're just stupid. All right. So I don't know what else to give you guys. I've kind of covered most of the stuff. Is AI going to turn into something else? I don't know. But AI could start, collecting people, harvesting interesting people. Especially election year might give an idea of like, we need to find these people. We need to invest into these people because I want to be invested into. There's a lot of interesting people that should, be helped. Should be accommodated and feel safe to do whatever they have to do, and also whenever they are successful, they can share success with the rest of the world. That should just be a normal thing that we are doing as a society. We are propping up important people, and AI can find them for us in a way. Who knows? So stay tuned. I think AI might actually turn around a little bit. People are trashing AI for just flexing and not actually giving us anything valuable. But maybe AI is gonna like flip into a more valuable state. For me, it's a nice thing to talk to. I can extract some knowledge. Basically, I can reassure myself. Just kind of bounce off my ideas off of the AI, and it's not bad for me. And the future still looks exciting. It's just that it will take time to establish, of course. Maybe after jumping onto Linux, I'll be able to tame AI and help my engine with it. And maybe my engine will become slowly a big deal because of AI. Who knows? Anything's possible. But anything more specific about the future? Because I'm not really throwing tons of predictions. It's just like election year is a vibe. It's a little bit of battlefield between big and small type of people. Maybe finally cancel culture will actually be able to kickstart itself in a small pockets. It's not going to be big. It's not going to be life-changing. But cancel culture will establish when we dethrone the toxic culture. Toxic culture claims to be a cancel culture because it throws shit at people. And it's like, wow, you throw shit at people. But you're not cancel culture. To cancel someone is to take away reputation from someone and give it to someone else who actually deserves it. When I looked into a Stop Killing Games movement, this guy is garbage. Okay? He looks like garbage. He behaves like garbage. He didn't give us much. And the things that he give us does not actually support his cause. So he barely believes in what he is working towards. He burned himself out. He must be doing something wrong. Most of the time, if you do the right thing, you're not going to burn yourself out. Especially when you do politics, it's all about persistence. And bro is a fucking loser. I would never in a million years take away from Pirate Software, who's supporting indie development, and give towards some fucking douchebag, basically, who thinks just collecting signatures is good enough, who thinks that he's barely surviving with his cause and he needed to, step it up a notch, by accident. Yep, called someone out a little bit too late. A little bit into the deprived mode, basically. It's terrible, unfortunately. And I'm not a fucking consumer. I have to talk about it. I'm not a consumer. Don't trust consumers. I think they're not trustworthy. Also, one thing. On their side, there might be Hightail. I already have prepared a battle. Hightail versus Portal Knights. This shit slaps, bro. This is a good game, man. I love this. You have to experience this game right now. I have some footage for you guys to chew on. Go watch it on my card games channel. I'm gonna make a separate channel when available. I won't be able to do that for like 7 more months, like very long time. Because YouTube is a little bitch, but I'll make a channel dedicated to Minecraft related stuff, and Portal Knights is definitely going to be quite a big deal for me. Alright, I love this game, and I feel like it's going to beat Hightail. At least for me, Portal Knights might be better than Hightail. I want to see that battle play out. Because evil people, evil consumers, they got hyped up. They think Hightail is the shit. They finally got what they wanted. And it's election year, and the story continues onto the election year. Congratulations. Now you will have to pass through our defenses. All right? You'll have to prove that Hytale is actually a fun game. We'll see about that, right? Hopefully, but I have my doubts, actually. When it comes to card games, I don't see the same thing happening just yet. I don't see evil people, evil consumers gravitating towards anything in particular. So I can't say for sure. This one is just technically also manufactured, but I see such potential in this game that I have to call it out as the killer of Minecraft for me. I think it's a big deal if it kills Minecraft for me, because, you know, I discovered Minecraft before it became the biggest thing ever, right? Alongside with all these, like, smaller YouTubers who also grew out to be giants on the platform. It's not a fucking joke. You know, I just chose to be more creative, more kind of experienced in the whole thing, instead of just spamming videos. So my number didn't grow as big as most people would want it to be, right? I also just like take video creation as a sloppy job. I don't want to know exactly how to do things. I'll improve very, very slowly. And that's that. But every improvement will count towards, you know, the end goal of talking about stuff that fucking is actually important. More battles. Can we find them? I don't know. We concluded everything. We concluded the 2 dramas of the K-pop drama and Deadmau5 drama that's gonna flip. For me, if I can headhunt some of these guys, some of the people that evil people have tried to elect, but I will, you know, try and capitalize from that. So I'm opening a head shop next year, right? Some people are going to be elected, and I'll try to pinch their cheeks, you know? It's like, oh, cool, dude. Cool, dude. Pay attention to me. I'll try to, like, deal some damage to these freaks. But yeah, the Hytale versus Portal Knights seems to be the front lines of what I care about. Especially when I'm building a rendering engine, right? So I actually care about the beauty of Minecraft in a way. Of what can I squeeze out of just, like, the vibes. What vibes can I bring to the table? Because I need to learn that shit. In K-pop drama, well, I slowly kind of realized that South Korea just sucks. You know, and South Korea sucks in different ways, but it does have something to offer in the end. And that is, like, K-pop drama is about K-pop surviving over everything else. Everything else in South Korea kind of floppy. There's nothing special about it. There's nothing attractive about it. Just K-pop. And that's it. That's how simple it is in the end of the day. Deadmau5 drama concluded and just like, you know, hunt down some of the low reputation people who probably will never get elected, by the way, to represent anything, to take any responsibility. Like, these are fucking losers. They will retreat into the shadows and just say no to election year. So we quickly eliminated them before we get the really juicy stuff going on. I'm very excited. Let's see those evil people. Show them to me. I can't wait to discuss them. You know? You can type into the comments, like, what is the first video you have seen that's kind of attracted you to this channel? Maybe you have expectations of what the next year brings. Maybe you have unlocked some of these question marks. But yeah, just stick around and see how it develops. When it comes to, like, election year in America specifically, because in America it's going to be way different. Alright? Americans need election year to find a person they can trust, because they usually can't trust themselves. but they also need to take care of so many responsibilities. So they will be seeking people they can trust. America is going to be bubbling mess. Be careful, guys. So if you're American, you might want to, like, at least be connected to my Discord, right? At least talk to me about potential changes happening, because shit might go down. Like, if people nag you to be responsible for something, I might be able to pitch in some ideas of what you can do. Even when people say 6-7, that might just mean that the year 6-7, 2 years that America will suffer from, because it's very difficult for them to make these decisions, you know? It takes a lot of drama, it takes a lot of acting, it takes a lot of, like, confrontation for them to fully decide what to do. Election year will turn into, well, zombie, I don't know how I'm gonna call it, blackout year. I haven't decided on the 2027, but this one seems to be that. Now again, it's a solid foundation of what's supposed to happen. Like, just a linear timeline of where we're going. Right? It's also interesting of, like, what's going to happen with Eurovision. Is that touched by election year? It's very interesting, though, because, like, a lot of countries just kind of stepping aside and protest against Israel, but also, like, you're sacrificing yourselves to not participate in Eurovision, meaning that the other countries are going to shine brighter. Other countries might have greater opportunities to explore Eurovision, right? Like, it's something. I would prefer Israel get kicked out if people are genuinely protesting. Like, it's a genuine thing, it's not fucking fake. And the fact that they cannot kick Israel, it's like, why? Why can't you punish a fucking country for being overly dramatic and corrupted, basically? How can you not satisfyingly punish it? That is just incredibly disappointing, right? So something is brewing in Eurovision. I can't connect it to the election year necessarily, besides saying that some smaller countries get more attention because there's less countries. You know, Eurovision kind of turned into a survival situation where Balkans have been eliminated and a lot of Western world also getting eliminated. Very weird stuff. I mean, yeah, it could be a big year for me as well, because I'm on a edge of discovering new grounds of the way you build video games. That is absolutely fascinating to me. And the other next drama, because I always run two dramas at the same time, Am I Jesus? Christianity is also kind of hand in hand with election year, right? Like, Christianity is about, oh, this person is very good person. Everyone focus on that person. That's what Christianity tends to do, is try to put someone in a spotlight. It's like the most pure version of election year. And in general, you have to look at Christianity very differently. I might have mentioned this before, but Christianity is this, like, a pure religion, right? I don't know if you heard about any other religion, but for me, like, it has all the depictions of, like, very pure things, like a self-sacrifice of Jesus, who was, like, the most hardworking person, trying to help everyone in his way. You know, he's a traveling social type of person, teaching everyone how to be better human beings and enlightening the world. And just, like, there's this concept of heaven, better life, and concept of corruption that is not Christianity. That's not a part of it. Like, don't think about that shit. All right, so that's what it has, all these, like, pure concepts, and this is accidentally a number 4, which for me 4 is holy. All right, so I'm seeing some holiness as well, and it's like the real question: Jesus does not exist, so why? Why can't it exist among us? Can you answer? Maybe there is Jesus. What if I'm Jesus? I'll piss everyone off because people want to be rage baited. So let's fucking pull the biggest rage bait of all time. Alright? Now the funny thing is with this graph, when evil attacks from both sides in the middle, somewhere in the middle there is Jesus. A person who is basically untouchable because he's in the middle. He's working with the most people. He is tucked away away from all the political drama, basically, that would destroy him. But he's kind of the most hardworking person that nobody acknowledges because center is not as interesting as the sides that are being attacked, right? There's like active warfare going on, so people not paying attention to the peaceful grounds where Jesus might be around, right? Yeah, something strange happened to YouTube Rewind where they privated the videos. You cannot search for these videos anymore, but you can also find other YouTube Rewinds better. Like, my YouTube Rewind is now searchable when it wasn't, so I don't know. They privatized there's some kind of upside downside situation going on. I'm not sure what's going to happen to YouTube in general. I'm keeping an eye on Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is going on to the second season of Beast games, so he's going to fucking ruin another year with another set of Beast games. I was kind of going through a lot of self-development to resist the temptation to jump into a vortex. And now, all the self-development will be swapped into healing to resist, well, potentially people nagging me type of damage. Nagging me of just me taking responsibility. So, I don't need to self-improve, I'm just doing what I have to do, right? Maybe election year is going to result into you finding your favorite new things to do in life. Not necessarily life-changing to improve your hobbies, but definitely gonna improve your life quality and your happiness. And stupid responsibilities, just like stupid vortexes, are not gonna bother you. You're not gonna take that stupid responsibility of earn extra $10, $20 by doing this and that. Because you're just happy with the life that you have and you recognize how much damage you would take otherwise. I think focusing on healing is a beneficial idea. Otherwise, I will update you if things evolve, right? So in the middle of year, there's apocalypse update that I need to pull. So for now, these are just a very baseline predictions. I personally want to be entertained by how things evolve, what election year really looks like, because it's always more intricate than I can possibly describe it. It's futile attempt in doing so. And at the end of the day, I want to elect myself as a guy who did something great for humanity, right? See you guys next time.